A former member of the legendary Rocks Pirates, Miss Buckingham Stussy, has come back into the spotlight following the events of the recent chapters. Ever since One Piece entered the final saga, Oda has been continuously releasing chapters that are filled with important information that could potentially shape the story, whether it may be details about Vegapunk or the origin of devil fruits. One thing is clear, he doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. In the recent chapters, we were greeted with more revelations, with the biggest one being about CP0 member, Stussy. On the last page of the chapter 1072, Stussy could be seen biting Kaku's neck, which resulted in the latter losing consciousness. This event was witnessed by Rob Lucy, and it left him with a look of horror on his face. Flabbergasted by Stussy's behavior, Lucy questioned her, but to no avail. Stussy simply replied that she would do the same thing to him. And in the final panel, Stussy was confirmed to be a clone of a member of the Rocks Pirates, namely, Miss Buckingham Stussy. However, who is Miss Buckingham Stussy? Miss Buckingham Stussy was a member of the Rocks Pirates. At some point, she was cloned by 𝚤𝚗𝚗, which led to the creation of Stussy. There are obviously a lot of questions at first, about who Miss Buckingham Stussy is and whether she is alive or not. However, in the recent chapters, it was revealed that Miss Buckingham Stussy is Buchan, the mother of Edward Weevil and the self-proclaimed lover of Whitebeard. Buchan has been already confirmed to be a pirate, and she used to be active many years prior to the story. Regarding the questions about her name, it is very likely that she changed it to keep herself safe from the Marines, as they wouldn't let a member of the Rocks Pirates roam freely. After all, they were the most infamous pirate crew of their time. The Marines have even erased all records of the crew's existence from history. Only the veterans, such as Sengoku and Garp, seem to know about the crew. Although, we know that Buchan was a member of the Rocks Pirates, however, if she did have a son, it would be odd for Whitebeard to not accept him, especially when he was so protective of his crew members and called them his sons. So, who is Weevil, and how did Buckingham get her hands on him? Considering the arc has been focused on science, it is possible that Weevil might also have been created by some scientists. There are stitches over different parts of his body, which seems too unusual for a normal person. However, she also mentioned Vegapunk while talking to Mako about Weevil, where she said that, if you doubt about my son's lineage, then just ask Vegapunk. Although, there is very limited information available about Miss Buckingham Stussy, but considering she used to be a member of the Rocks Pirates, it is plausible to assume that she was a strong fighter back in her day, as their captain was not interested in weaklings. She must have at least 2 types of haki, and maybe even a devil fruit. In the recent chapter, Stussy was seen biting Kaku, and she had wings coming out of her back. It is possible that she possesses the 𝚲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚗 no Mi, model Dracula, or it could be model succubus. Both the devil fruits would be mythical zones, and while the wings definitely look like those of a bat, the chances of it being a Dracula devil fruit are low. This is because a non-canon character already has the same devil fruit, so Oda may decide to go with the succubus devil fruit. It is also entirely possible that Miss Buckingham Stussy doesn't have a devil fruit at all. Maybe it's just the CP0 agent who was given one by 𝚤𝚗𝚗, or she consumed it at some point in her life. The reason for this is that succubus usually appear young and beautiful, whereas Buchan looks extremely old. However, why did Stussy betray them? Stussy's actions in the recent chapters were completely unexpected, but it seems that she was planning to do something like this for a very long time. She is an emperor of the underworld, which implies that she has many connections with the most powerful people in the world. It is possible that she could have met someone from the underworld, and formulated a plan with them to take down the world government. The other reason is quite simple. As a clone created by 𝚤𝚗𝚗, Stussy has some kind of loyalty toward Vegapunk. After seeing him pushed into the corner, she had no option but to take out her fellow CP0 members. However, there is a possibility that she could be Dragon's spy, and she sent information to the Revolutionary Army, which kept them safe from the world government. The world government outnumbers them, so the only way to beat them would be to stay 2 steps ahead. With her inside information, Stussy could have helped the Revolutionary Army carry out its missions more effectively. Whatever reason she might have, one thing is obvious: she will be hounded by the world government for her actions, and it will be interesting to see how Stussy handles the situation, and what her plans for the future are. And this is all for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I also asked you to subscribe to help us. It will also help us to grow more, and if you like, please subscribe.